So welcome to why didn't Riker pilot the ship? Why didn't Riker take the conn? As in Enterprise 1701D and Star Trek Generations, right? And why did Troi crash the ship now? I know that's a ongoing kind of, I'd say, exaggeration or myth or overstatement. In no way am I saying that at all. Love Troi, love Deanna Troi, love Marina Sirtis. I know she always makes jokes about it. You know, they put like a woman in charge, or they make me, the pilot and the conn for once, and I fuck it up, and I crash it. But of course she didn't. We know it was damaged, the warp core after the Klingon Bird of Prey, the fight, and all that's great. All that stuff I appreciate. I've seen the film 20, 30 times, dozens of times. Okay, I really have. I watched it a couple days ago. The point is, though, when you're looking at the situation, okay, when you're looking at Riker as captain, Data doing the ops, at ops at the station next to Troi, or next to conn. The conn offers is disabled. That's it. You've got what Geordi said, right, in Chain of Command, the best pilot in Starfleet, or the best pilot on the Enterprise, maybe one of the best in Starfleet, right? We've got Will Riker at command, in the command seat. He's 5 feet away or less from the conn, and he's letting Troi or whomever, a much less experienced pilot. Troi was certified, bridge test. I remember the episodes. She passed. She's competent. Not the point. I look at the best, say, drivers in the world. Right, there are you and I, people who drive cars. Then there are, say, cab drivers, limo service, car service, pro drivers, sort of. Right? And then there are F1, like the new movie, right? Formula One, or race car drivers. There are pro drivers, stock car drivers that can do things that we would never even imagine. We couldn't imagine. Now I know people say, well, they'll go back. Oh, the thrusters and half declination, and what is it? The warp core, exploding, and it damaged the controls. Even more reason that you had the best pilot. People go, oh well, she put it down, and she only only 18 people died and casualties, and all. That's wonderful. If Riker, or the best pilot, if the best person was at the helm, at the controls, maybe only 8 would die. Maybe nobody would die. Maybe 38 would die. Right? You'll never know because of the situation. Now, look, I know the dynamics of dramatics. A movie, you've got a character like Deanna Troi who's on the bridge. She has to pull her weight. And for years, everyone's like, oh, she's on the bridge in a party dress, and she's just the Council of Troi. She's Picard's therapist, his shrink, or their shrink, and she's got to do something. I understand all that, and I even applaud that they, gave her more to do, or, they put her through the command testing and promotion to full commander. Captain Jellicoe we can thank for putting her in a uniform, I guess, right? That we can thank him. But again, the bottom line, to me, it'd be very, very many things. I made the example of the race car driver, or the pro drivers. Say Bones, Dr. McCoy, Bonesy Boy, Dr. Crusher, Bashir, even Holodeck someone. Say they had to do a really complex operation or medical procedure. Would you want them to do that on you or someone else? Or would you want the less experienced person? Nothing wrong with the less experienced person, but in times of crisis, in times of complexity, you want the very best. You need open heart surgery, you want the very best. Okay? We'll go further. Scotty or Geordi or O'Brien, if they were doing an engineering complex project, if they were in charge, would they put their less experienced, or even their really super experienced person in charge? If they were available, or if someone superior in experience. People go back to sexism and Troi. Nothing to do with that. I think if Worf was at the helm, if O'Brien, if George, we can go through the male experienced like pilots or Starfleet, all the same. Again, you've got the best pilot 5 or 6 feet away, barking like whatever, like oh, he's the captain. We understand he can't give the same orders at the helm. That's stupid. It's just dumb, but it's dramatic, and you have to include Troi. I understand, of course, but it's just funny that at that moment, perhaps Riker could have said, Deanna, I need you this, or let me take the conn, because in chain of command, as Geordi said, right, that he thinks I think he said to Jellicoe for the mission, with the shuttle, I can do it, but Riker's the best, or he'll do it better. Get him, do him. So at that moment, we are led to believe, and I guess I don't remember really any other episodes where Riker was such a great pilot, but maybe that's the first, or maybe there's others. But now we know that he's the best pilot, right? Just like Data would have the super strength, the super intelligence to do something that nobody else can do. And it's not sexism to say that Troi or Crusher, or back in the day, Yar when she was still around, or Ensign Ro, that they should be brought in. Has nothing to do with that. Data would be the man or the android for the job, or in this case, Riker should be the man for the job, or the person for the job, the officer for the job, whatever you want to call it. People love to muddy the waters with sexism, with this and that, but I see it as an experience level. So what do you think? Give us your thoughts. Give us your feedback. What should have happened? Should he have taken the conn? Should he have piloted the ship? Or should Troi have just been just as history played out? Hope you enjoy. Hope you subscribe. See you soon.